I'm not an opening statement guy, so it just feels good. It's like the start of the new year. Happy New Year. That's the way it feels. It's like that first day of school, family reunion, homecoming. I know those that most people think January 1st, the start of the new year. Those that espouse to Christianity, Catholicism, correlated with the birth of Christ. But us in football, today, April 2nd, start of the new year. So just great day. It was just a great day for football, for meetings and training, doing a lot of baseline training with our guys. But just to have it started, coaches have been grinding, and it's the players though. They're the ones that bring the operation to life and have really given us a lift. It just feels like there's a new lift and energy in the building. I see that eagerness in the players. Maybe that's just kind of I'm so eager that but I truly see it. An eagerness with our guys and good first day.
Coach, this eagerness is because of the anticipation that they in this organization and the city are anticipating?
Yeah, I would just compare it. If you're an analogy person, start of the new year. That New Year sense, or that first day of school, or homecoming. Everybody back together. I mean, it certainly has the elements of all three of those things. I mean, I'd even compare it to. It's like you got life now. You just found out your wife was pregnant. Hey, we're gonna have a child. Great, just that bounce in your step.
The first meeting with the team, what were you trying to accomplish, and your first time really addressing the team as a whole?
We just got right into it. We just got right into football, putting the schemes in, offensively, defensively, and then the baseline training. So Ben Herbert is huge in this phase one. And when I say baseline training, just find out where everybody is. Where is their baseline? What do they need improvement on? Just that here to engage. One thing about Herb is he's going to be there every day, and he's going to be ready to train guys and have the energy to train anybody that's there. So that's really what we didn't. There was no. Just got right after it. Just got right into it. Tomorrow we'll have a special teams meeting, but today was offense, defense, and then putting in starting the baseline training in the weight room.
So no big team meeting, it was separated by units.
Yeah.
On that with Ben, you obviously know him well. What do you think your players will learn about him in the coming week?
That he's the same person every day, and he's going to be there every day. He's got a great wife. He's got 2 great kids. He's got 2 dogs. He's got a truck. But from the hours of 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., him and his staff are going to be in that weight room, just with the energy to coach and make them better. He is there for them. It's anything and everything to make somebody a better football player. And then there'll be the mental, the physical. I mean, it'd be he is. There's a bounce in his step today too as well. But then again, he's the same guy every day. I mean, and that's what you love. That's what I love about him. And yeah, if I was going to have a team meeting today, what I would say to the players is, a lot of people say this is about relationships, and the key to the relationship is, be yourself. Be who you are. Be you. Do you. If you want to get a little bit better at something, just work a little bit harder at it. And whatever you do, don't get a big head. But the main thing is, hey, it's got you here this far. And then today, tomorrow, be you. as I said, it's gotten you this far. Now, if you're having some trouble with a relationship, then look in the mirror and make some adjustments. But right now that's in addition to those offense, defense, special teams, schemes, and the baseline training. Those relationships, building those relationships is the other thing that's going on.
What was it to have a guy like Ben, who you've worked with, who knows your philosophy, especially these first 2 weeks, since you can't get on the field with them yet?
Yeah. So we've been together. It's going on 6 years, and I mean we're like that in terms of the philosophy, just doing anything and everything for the players. That's the overarching. That's the overarching, thing. The way we see it, getting good at football, making them the best version of themselves, on and off the field. But that comes with the notion, with the prediction that, gosh, you got a guy here that's doing anything and everything in his power to make you a better football player. Then you assume, you predict that person's going to do anything and everything to help the team. So what's good for the bee is good for the hive. That's the rationale. That's the prediction.
Jim, you have been pretty open about establishing physicality and that whole attitude. Does that start now, even when you're not doing football stuff? I mean, do you talk about that starting right today, or is that something that comes later on when it gets close to on-field football stuff?
That's something that we're really big on. What you do speaks so loudly that we can't even hear what you're saying. So that's what you do speaks so loudly. I mean, the rest is talk. I'm not going to just talk about it. I mean, it's when you get to the point where the players know that, they're physical, they're dominant, they've trained themselves to be there in that place, then I won't have to get up here and say anything. They won't have to get up here and say anything. It'll be what they do, and we think we can get there.
Jim, have you guys talked to teams at all about the number 5 pick yet? I know Joe said recently that the phones haven't been ringing yet. We'll try soon. And how involved are you in that process as well? With the pick, trading it or keeping it, whatever happens?
Yeah, that's. When's Joe talk? Next week or the? Week prior. Phenomenal question for Joe, Joe Ortiz, and you get to go into as much depth as he'll go into a week before the draft.
When you say,
Stop.
when you say baseline,
Yeah.
just the different places you've been. I mean, we look at these guys; they're professionals. They're incredible, human beings when it comes to physicality. Like, what kind of gap are we talking that you typically find when you're trying to establish a baseline to where you want these professional athletes to be in your program?
It'd be like asking a player, how many times can you take 225 and push it off your chest? And they could give you a number. How many times can you take 225 and pull it into the chest, stick it, release it? How many times can you do that? Not many know. They'll know the first question, but they wouldn't know the second. So the back is just an untapped gold mine of lean muscle mass that, and then we want them to know. We're going to know, and then we call them key performance indicators. What's your external rotation? What's your neck strength? Flexion, extension. Do you want a steel rod in your neck, or do you want a noodle? Piece of advice. I mean, you want that steel rod, a trunk, that goes into the roots go into the traps, and now it doesn't completely make you immune from concussions, but yeah, you sure would rather have the steel rod than the noodle. But balance, every part, toe to finger, try to, get ourselves as, in the best shape of our lives. Strength, power,
Do you find that they know that they're familiar with all that, or is it like new for them when you start to go through all this?
Oh yeah, we just ask them. They're filling out a key performance indicator sheet today, and some do. Hey, I know, or question mark, I don't know. And guys will tell you, yeah, I'm really athletic, coach. I'm a superior athlete. Always been a superior athlete. My strength and power has gotten better. Okay, now let's combine superior athlete with strength and power, plus really knowing what to do within the framework of the scheme. Then we got something. We got the best version of yourself.
Did you always have this type of approach to player performance, or was it sort of molded within your relationship with Ben Herbert over the last 6 years?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's always been there. I mean, it's only grown. I mean, Ben is an expert. Ben is like kind of what my dad told me to do, learned me from a very young age. I mean, if somebody is, the expert at what they're doing, a professor, a coach, then that person is the expert in what they're doing. They know better than you how to do it. And if I just do what they tell me to do, then I will be successful. So it's always been my mindset. And run across Ben Herbert. I mean, that's been my experience. There's nobody that combines the cutting edge scientific with the old school discipline, strength and conditioning coach like he does. He's the best I've ever seen or been around as a player or as a coach. And I hate to make comparisons because somebody always gets diminished, but you can talk to him. You gonna talk to Ben today? Talk to Ben. You can voir dire the witness. I think you'll be more than satisfied. But yeah, so definitely grown. But yeah, as a player, I think what you're striving for is the player that plays within the scheme, really knows his job schematically, and can make the adjustments, make the calls. Combined with a superior athlete. I mean, if somebody doesn't know what they're doing and they're a superior athlete, they're probably going to get beat by the one who really knows what they're doing and is a really good athlete. So yeah, really learning what we're doing schematically and what each person's job is and how it fits with all 11. Plus making going from good athlete to better athlete to great athlete to superior athlete. I mean, we're trying to make that combination because you can train yourself to be better, stronger, more agile, more flexible, more lean, muscle mass, less fat. Fat's the enemy of speed. So we've had a lot of similar ideas about football, and bottom line, just trying to get better at football, trying to get really good at football.
You said your first week that you went to Home Depot with the shop vac and got into the weight room.
With Ben, I went with Ben.
Any changes with the weight room? Is
Cleaner. It's cleaner. It's very organized. It's you can tell the difference. I mean, from right away when the guys walk in, they're gonna know the difference. I mean, Ben's very much the kind of guy and he told me stories. I mean, it just makes perfect sense. Like when he was living alone. I mean, he's kind of like that, like the guy from The Accountant, in the movie. Ben Affleck, you know, he's got one glass, got one fork, one knife, one spoon. Now he's got 4 people in his family. They got 4 glasses, 4 knives, 4 forks, 4 spoons, 4 plates, 4 bowls. I mean, when I tell you things are they're you know, squared away, ship shape. I mean, that's Ben Herbert.
Did you, I assume that offensive and defensive meetings were at the same time. Did you run the offensive meeting, or was that Greg? And which of those meetings were you in? Did you sit in this morning?
You know, I got to set up both. So the offense this week, the offense start their meeting at 8:15. That goes to 10, and then they go into the weight room at 10:15. Defensively, they start in the weight room at 8. They go to 10, and they start their defensive meetings. You know, so I was able to be in both. That's a cool thing about being a head coach. You get to be around everybody and coach everybody.
What was your feedback that you got from the players during those offensive and defensive meetings?
Yeah, it was lively. Guys were teaching the different schemes. I mean, offensively, you know, it's very much a whole part whole. So I mean, you're walking out of that meeting going, okay, there's a lot here. You need to be really going to behoove you to be in these meetings and you know, kind of like math. You know, get it each layer at a time. And I'm sure a lot of guys are going to be doing some studying. So, but it was good. I mean, I thought our coaches did a great job in the offensive meeting, and you know, same with the defensive meetings. And then we'll have special teams meetings starting tomorrow.
After being in Michigan for so many years and coming back, what have these first 3 months been like for you being back in the NFL?
Been great. Been the best. I mean, this is just true. It's been the best damn job I've ever had to start out with, and hope it ends that way. But been a tremendous start. Hiring coaches, free agency. That's not just one that goes for a while. Getting ready for the draft, but really excited about the coaching staff and the amount of work that's been produced over the last month and a half. It's been a lot. They've done a great job. I mean, it's locked, cocked, ready to rock. Just needed the players to come in, and then we got that today. So yeah, it's been really good.
You guys had the corner late last week.
Yeah.
Kristian Fulton, what do you guys like about him?
You know, starter level corner in this league, and he's excited to get him with Ben. You know, address some of the soft tissue stuff, but I mean, he's played at a high level, played at a starting caliber. You know, good football player.
Coach, you mentioned
In a position
your
of need.
staff. Is it one of the largest staffs in the league? And if so, why?
It's a great question because there's jobs that need to be done. You know, everybody is doing a job. There's a role for everybody. And we have the coaches that are coaching the positions, but I also like to have coaches that you know, are the next position coaches. And I like to have guys that are, you know, just getting their start, and then you make a pipeline, you know, that we're not going to have to go out and you know, get coaches from other teams or from college. You know, we just set up our own internal pipeline, and there's a progression there. So I love and coaches can come from, you know, from anywhere, but you know, just to get them in our system, because I do predict there'll be head coaches that come off of the staff, and then they like to go places, and or guys will, get opportunities to be head coaches from the staff or coordinators, and then, we got a I think they call it self-sustaining. We really want to be that.
Just going back to corner for a second, just with the addition of Fulton, what's your assessment of where that room and position is at right now?
Yeah, just getting a look at it now. I mean, you can watch the tape, you can watch the latest tape, the healthiest tape, and sometimes that's good, and then the other time is good as just getting them here, coaching them in our scheme, because you don't know exactly what they're being told when you're watching the tape. So just getting with them, getting around them, that process has just begun today.
Jim, did anything stand out to you or impress you from the meetings or being in the weight room, anything you didn't expect, just on the first day?
No, I mean, it's guys have asked me like, what's this like? What's that like? I mean, just go in and see how it hits you. And from what I could tell, it was hitting them pretty good. And then just chipping away at it, and it's just a good day.
This is voluntary for the players. Are
Yeah.
you happy with how many guys are here?
Really just happy to be coaching guys. I mean, if they got the energy to come in and want to learn and train, then we're happy to. That's our job. So it's good to be able to be doing your job. Just feel like now, it's complete. It's more complete now. I feel like a coach again. Coaching players.
Do you have a sense of what percentage of your roster is here today?
No, I mean, it's voluntary, so I really don't. I mean, media I've been around in the past. I mean, they'll go dig through the social media and probably have a better sense of that than I will. But
Easier to ask you first.
huh?
It's easier to ask you first.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's go. Start working.
The ones that aren't here are expected to keep pace. If you're installing scheme, if you're teaching scheme, are the ones that aren't here today, are they at home? Are they trying to keep pace with what you're doing here? Or are they
Well, we got a beautiful thing. I mean, there'll be a few that, where technology. We got technology now. We can, we'll make that available too. So, I mean, just anything and everything. Meet the guys where they're at, and fired up to be doing that.
You mentioned cornerback was a position of need. Do you feel as though any other positions are of need right now?
Yeah, just finding that out. It's a great opportunity to get that to find that out. I think it's us and a couple other teams maybe that started this week, and then more will start next week, and then some others a couple weeks from now. But yeah, I mean, you probably figured out I was sitting on a spring, wanted to start the very first opportunity that we could. So that all begins now. That's why it's such an awesome day. Be able to find out and meet guys where they're at.
In terms of receiver, where do you feel like that room's at now?
Excited to see that. Same for every position. It's been some good conversations, but like I said, talk. Now we get some action. Now we get knee to knee with guys and start on football.